That fear has a grasp of you. That fear is pumping through your veins. It's electrifying those nerves and it's petrifying your body. Not allowing you to move, not allowing you to think. Your heart is thumping, your sweat is coming out, your eyes are wide open, you're breathing fast. You finally managed to get out of it, to break through the hold that it has onto you. That tensed up body, you're able to now relax. Okay? Somehow it happened. You got over your fear, or you had to step in to your goals, to what you want, and march through like it just didn't even matter, okay? Like it was just something in the past, something in the behind, something that you cannot be living with. I'm going to be sharing with you 2 things that I believe could be worse than that petrifying, electrifying fear that you might get. I'm going to be sharing my favorite one for last, but to start off, let's talk about comfort. Comfort is something that we all enjoy, right? We all enjoy a comfy bed. We all enjoy being under some soft blankets and being warm. Comfort is one of those things that could be scarier than being in fear, than being petrified. Let me tell you why. Recently, I've been working more night shifts, but I still want to make time to work out. So my goal was to be at the gym at 5. That's when it opens. So wake up at 4, get stretched out, get some water, clean up my room, and be at the gym at 5. Let me tell you, when that alarm went off, I was so comfortable, all right? I was still a little sweaty just from the night sweats and stuff, but I was like, man, I feel like I could sleep longer. And that's part of my fault because I only got about 3 or 4 hours of sleep last night, staying up, watching TikToks, fantasizing about stupid things, which is going to lead on to my next topic, but let's stay on this topic first. The alarm went off. I told myself right away, you know what, just 5-10 more minutes. I feel like I need to just wake up a bit more by relaxing some, okay? Totally not thinking the right way. So a couple minutes passed by. It's now like 4:10, 4:15, maybe like 4:20. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. 4:20, I start talking to myself. I'm like, man, why do you even want to go work out, you know? Why do you want to go work out? Is it really worth it? You know, people aren't going to know that you're not working out. No one's going to know. You know, the people at the gym don't care if you show up. That was phase number 1. Phase number 2. Man, why should you work out? Even if you want to, like, honestly, like, why are you doing this? You know, you want to be bigger. I want to get bigger while I keep my speed, while I keep my flexibility. I want to push those limits and see how far I can go with my body these next couple of years. It's a goal of mine, personal goal that I have ingrained in my head. It's something that I want to do regardless of what happens in my life. I could be homeless, I could be in jail, I could be broken up with, I could be in a relationship, I could have 4 kids. Doesn't matter. These next couple of years, I need to push my body because it is a goal that I had set for myself. So phase 2, I was like, man, you've gotten bigger over the past week or 2 anyway. You don't really need to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, what's going to be your limit? I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what my limit is, and that's why I want to reach it, okay? But this is the self-talk that I was having with myself. Oh, like, there's no point in reaching that limit. Like, who are you trying to impress? No one, right? No one. So what's the point? I'm trying to impress myself. Myself. Because I owe it to myself. I owe my happiness and success to myself. Phase number 3 in my self-talk that I was having this morning, all right? This wasn't a matter of just like 3-4 minutes that were passing by. Phase number 3. This is when that angry voice, a different voice came in my head. Rather than comforting myself and being like, no, you don't need to go. You've been working out. You're healthy. Who's gonna know? Who cares anyway, right? This comforting self-talk was pushed off to the side a little bit. Then came in a different voice with a different tone. And I was asking myself the question. The question that I asked myself was, are you going to be okay with not reaching your goal? Woo! Woo! Man! That lit me up. That did, man. Let me tell you, I maybe laid there for another like 2 or 3 seconds and I just like took a deep breath out, right? Like, and I got up. I got up, I was still tired, trying to make my bed, trying to get my clothes laid out and stuff or whatever, get them ready. But I got up because I would have been disappointed in myself, knowing that I asked myself that question. Are you ready to let go of your goals, your dreams that you set for yourself? Are you ready to just watch them disappear and watch them wash away? No, I'm not. You know, and I don't care what people say. It's a little bit of self-control. It's the only kind of control I have in my life, right? Is this working out, is YouTube, going to work, doing the little things that I want and need to progress in life. Those are the only things I have control over. And even then, all those things could be taken away. YouTube could cancel me. I could get fired. I could get shot, right? But if I'm in the hospital, if I'm in jail, or if I'm wherever, I'm at least working out. I'm at least pushing my limits. So let's go back to comfort. We do it a lot. We talk to ourselves a lot. We soothe ourselves, all right? And self-soothing isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's when you have goals in mind, when you want to reach something, when you want to do uncomfortable things to take a step forward to where you want to be in life, that's when that self-soothing self-talk can damage you. It can hurt you, all right? Because now you have this goal in mind that you are no longer taking a step forward to reach, so you might feel disappointed in yourself that day. You might have a little bit less energy that day. You might have a bland smile on your face rather than like a genuine cheek-to-cheek kind of a smile, just smiling, being happy, enjoying life. That's the kind of a difference it can make. Get rid of that soothing self-talk that's going to get you away from where you want to be in life, from bettering yourself, okay? Self-soothe yourself when you're going through a lot of things, okay? When you just need to process things, that's okay. When you just kind of need to meditate and figure things out. But when it comes to your goals, get that out of here. Real quick, I'd appreciate it if you like this video. It'll give some support to the channel. The next thing I want to talk about is fantasizing. All right, we all do it. I know we all do it. We do it from when we're a little kid all the way up to adults, being 45-year-olds. It doesn't matter what age we are. At some point, we kind of get more realistic with how our life is going to be, but we still fantasize a lot. All right, and I'm going to be honest with you all. I don't care for or want a relationship anymore. A committed relationship, okay? And it's something that I've always wanted and fantasized about as a little kid, right? Because I used to see my parents being together. They're still together. And I saw that and I fantasized about it, and having my own wife one day, having my own children to love, my own family to take care of, to be responsible for, and to provide for, and to be there for, and to be happy with, and to have all these silly moments with. I would fantasize for years, right? We all do it. Not all of us fantasize about those kind of things, but we all fantasize about something. You know, and as I got older, went through breakups and relationships and stuff, I would still fantasize about it. I would still fantasize that, like, I just haven't found the right person yet. I haven't found that person that's going to see things my way, and we're going to be able to, you know, combine our thoughts and our feelings about life and be able to understand one another and intertwine those things and, you know, give a little bit and take a little bit and compromise, right? It's all about compromising and communicating, and that's something that I fantasized about for a very long time. Recently, I've been trying to get that out of my life. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to fantasize about that kind of stuff. I really don't. It wastes time. It wastes my energy. It gives me hope and something I don't have control over, right? I'm not going out there trying to control someone else and trying to get them to stay with me. You can only like maybe talk to them and communicate and flirt and influence a little bit, get them to be attracted to you. All right, that's about as much as you can do. So there's a little bit of maybe manipulation, you want to call it, or a little bit of love that you're giving out with a good heart, the good heart of having this loving goal, this loving fantasy of yours, right? But even then, it's a loving fantasy that you have for yourself in your life. So you're trying to compromise, you're trying to do all these things with this special someone that you care about, but even then, they might not have the same fantasy as you. And here's where I got caught up last night. I haven't been thinking about being in a relationship at all. Seriously, I need to make time for myself, getting up my mental health, working on my finances, working on my physical health, working on my relationships with the world, with people in general, all right? But I still caved in. I'll tell you, I still caved in. I started fantasizing. I started fantasizing, and I don't want to get too specific or whatever, but I was like, man, if I do get a wife, if I do get in a relationship, I wasn't fantasizing anymore about this compromising or like this is how it's going to be and the love and the kids or whatever. No, I was just fantasizing about like how that woman would be and kind of what I wanted, right? And being a little bit more superficial than I needed to. And I was telling myself like, man, if you get a wife, she's going to be a dancer, right? Because you want to learn how to dance and you like watching people dance and you're going to have a fun relationship with someone who's a dancer like I know you are, right? So I started fantasizing about these stupid things, right? Like, oh, well, like maybe if I take dance classes, which is what I want to do. I am going to take dance classes, salsa dances, ballroom dance classes. I can teach you all those things once I learn them. But I was like, man, maybe if I do those things, then I could be around more dancers, more female dancers, and I could find a partner and, we could be having fun dancing together and maybe we could get to know one another and it started going. All that fantasy bullcrap just kept on rolling. It kept me up for a couple hours. I wasn't tired enough. My brain was firing. I wasn't getting tired because I was living in La La Land for a little bit, right? But I'll tell you what, I felt like my soul and heart needed it at the time. I really do. All right, because I had completely shut down a creative part of my head, a creative part of me, and neglecting it a little bit. And it affected me. It did affect me in multiple ways, just by bringing my energy down more, by me being a bit more negative about things and even relationships and people and stuff. So I started fantasizing and feeling good. And I was like, I can look forward to life again. Oh, with this fantasy of mine, and I'll make it come true one day. And life is worth living. Life is worth living. Oh, my voice. That was not the best thing to do. Life is worth living is what I was telling myself. And I was like, really? Life is worth living, and then you get all this fantasy stuff you want, and it gets ripped away from your life. It gets taken away from you. Just to realize that your fantasy that you were working on and trying to build and stuff is just a fantasy. And I don't know that for a fact, but I know that I've had those fantasies before with other people and stuff, and it hasn't worked out. All right? The only fantasy I can have is me pushing my limits, me pushing my boundaries when I'm working out, me trying to better my mental health, going to therapy still, trying to talk things out, trying to be honest about how I'm feeling, and try to grow and try to learn and try to have an open mind and an open heart. All right? That's a fantasy that I can make into reality. These other fantasies about, like one day I'll have the perfect job, or one day I'll have the perfect wife, perfect husband, one day I'll have 3 kids and a house with the fence and stuff. Totally fine if you're thinking that way, but make sure you're taking steps to create that fantasy into a reality. And if it involves other people, consider that you are holding other people accountable for your own fantasy. All right? And those people might change their mind. Those people might want to live a different fantasy, a different lifestyle than you. Those people might be fine with it for 2 years being with you, but then realize it's not what they want. So, what kind of fantasy are you going to have in your head? Have the one where it's just involving you, bettering your life, having self-love, not holding other people accountable. You hold other people accountable for a fantasy where it involves happiness. It's not like a team effort thing where it's like, I'm going to hold you accountable because we're both playing basketball and we have to win this game. That's different. It's teamwork, it's effort, it's lifting each other up. With a relationship, you could totally do that, but you might be putting pressure on someone else's fantasy that they don't want to be living with you. So don't forget, when you're feeling that electrifying, petrifying fear that's got you so tense you don't know what to do, relax. Once you've relaxed, all right, maybe you have to get angry. I have to get angry sometimes when I'm that fearful. And let me tell you, I know what that petrifying fear is like. I've had so many nightmares growing up, so many night terrors where I have been petrified. I've been frozen and not being able to scream or move or anything. To the point where I have to get mad. I have to get mad of what is happening at that moment to break free from that petrifying fear that you might feel, that I feel sometimes. Once you've gotten past that point, you might start living life a bit more relaxed, a bit happier and stuff. Just know you can damage your mental health, you can damage what you want in life by fantasizing too much and by having a self-talk that's going to comfort you when you shouldn't be comforted. Thank you for watching. I love you all. I seriously do. Every single subscriber. I can't believe I'm at 170 subscribers. I can't believe it. Honestly, I would keep posting these videos expecting maybe to have like 40, 50, 60 subscribers. That was my fantasy. You all have helped me to get more than that and to fulfill my fantasy, to make it into a reality. So thank you all and stay hungry!